Hello and welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic, and an intriguing puzzle today that is going to link together two of our recent Patreon things. Now, one of those is the new 7 Wonders of the World Hunt, which was test solved by Elias, who is the compiler of this puzzle. So many thanks to Elias yet again for having done that for us. It does remind me that I'm going to have to put together a solution video soon showing the way through. Now, I did try and record a solution video back when the hunt was created as the kind of to go hand in hand with the test solving, but a couple of the puzzles changed. They are the hardest ones, everybody says, so I'm going to have to try and record those in their current form. So thanks to Elias for his help with that. These people won't need to see the video. They have solved the puzzle in the last day and got the answer correct. So very well done to them. The numbers are gradually diminishing, but we're still, as you can see, getting 9 or 10 a day. So that does give me some time because we want to leave the hunt up there for people to try for a while. Now, the other thing that this obviously links to anybody who's seen it is Scott Strassal's Tracking the Triptych hunt. And as you can see, this Sudoku is decorated like a triptych, a 3-paneled work of art. And very artistic it is too. Now, this is reminiscent of how Scott presented his puzzle, and that one's over. If you want to see Scott's video, you have to be a $3 patron, and I mean, good value there, frankly, but his video is available on our Patreon site, and he talks through how the puzzle was meant to be solved, which has proved very interesting for those who've looked at it already. Some people got a bit stuck in some parts of the puzzle, other people breezed through it, but it was pretty tough, I thought. So the resemblance doesn't stop there, actually, because this almost works on 3 different rule types in each panel of the triptych. So we do have Thermo Sudoku. So these thermos are white today because of the background, and they are the normal rule with thermos is numbers must increase from the bulb to the end. So they must go up, lowest number there, gradually ascending till you get to the end. The fact that these 2 places both have 2 thermos beginning in them doesn't stop that occurring. Now, we have Kropki dots, but we don't know what they are. Now, what I mean by that is normally in a Kropki puzzle, the black dots represent digits. The black dots would join 2 cells with digits with a ratio of 1 to 2, and white dots would join 2 cells that were consecutive. A 1 to 2 joining could be either black or white. Now in this puzzle, we have black dots and white dots, but they've been disguised as red dots and green dots, and we don't know which one means which. So either red dots have a ratio of 1 to 2 and green dots are consecutive, or the other way around. So we have to work that out. Normal Sudoku rules apply. That's apparently all we need to solve this otherwise empty puzzle. Pretty, but empty. And it's been proving very popular. It was recommended to us off our Discord server by a team of people who test the puzzles and vote for them. And we're very grateful to those people for the work they do. And that means I'm looking forward to this a great deal and seeing how it works. Do try it on the link below the video. Now, I'm going to be playing it in the old software, because at the moment that's the only way I can ensure all the lines appear and that these ends don't conjoin, which makes it look a bit odd at the top. However, I hope by the time we put this out, I might have it available in the new software unambiguously for you. So we'll see if we can do that. Otherwise, the link will be to the old software. Anyway, enough blather. Let's get cracking. So these thermos must be the place to start. I mean, probably these thermos, maybe both of them. Well, I am a Goodliffe. I am going to start Goodliffing these thermos Now, I'm not going to go up to 5 here, although if there was just one of these thermos, this could be a 5. And I'll show you why in a moment. Yeah, I think this is the right form of pencil marking. And 6, 7, 8, 9. Now, what I'm alleging is that this can't be a 5 because then both of those would have to be 6, both of those 7, both of those 8 to get up to a 9 there. And that is obviously impossible within each of those rows. Now, the same is true if that was a 5. They'd both have to be 4 in row 2, 3 in row 3, 2 in row 4 to get to a 1 down there. So we can limit those ends slightly. I guess the same thing is going to apply down here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. And I'm not convinced this has actually given me the sort of pairings I wanted. See, it looks for a second as though that's a sextuple, but it's not, because that is the numbers 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and there are 7 of those. If I add that one in, I get a 9. So, okay, that, yes, all right, I can see where 1s go in these columns. They form an X-wing. The question I'm asking is, where does 1 go in columns 4 and 6? Well, it must go in row 1 and row 9. There literally has to be a 1 either in those 2 cells or in those 2 cells to get 1 into those columns. Now, because there's 1 in those columns in those positions, there's 1 in these 2 rows in these positions, and that means this can't be a 1. And that feeds up. Now, again, these can't both be 2s. Oh no, maybe that doesn't feed up. I can't take 2 out of either of them. I certainly can't. Oh yes, I can. Yes, I've got at least 2 there. I can take 2 out of both of those, 3 out of both of these, 4 out of both of those, and 5 out of both of those. Now, have I reduced this? No, because there's still a 2 possibility in one of those 2. Okay, I see it now. I think I see a break in anyway. Yes, that's it. Only one of these can be 9 because they can't both end on a 9 in the same row. Only one of those can be a 2. Now I'm going to suggest that one of those has to be a 2 and one of those has to be a 9, and I'm going to corner mark them accordingly. Now, why am I saying that? Because the only other places in the columns for 2 and 9 are in these 4 cells. They can't all be 2 and 9s because 2 of them are 1s. So we can only fit 1 2 and 1 9 into these cells. So they form, I don't even know what this is called, some form of virtual X-wing on 2s and 9s. So one of these has to be a 2, and that means this is a 1, and there's our first actual digit in the grid. One of these has to be a 9, and that's a lot less helpful. But never mind. Does that 1 get anything done? No, quite the opposite. But this is a start, and now we've either got a 1-2 pair or a 1-9 pair here. Okay. This isn't a 5. It's nearly a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 quadruple, only that's no such thing. What about these crop key dots? One of them is doing a 1-to-2 ratio and therefore can't have the 5 or 7. But the other one, I do not know. Yeah, look, something I've only just thought about is that the arrangement of the crop key dots and indeed the thermos is totally symmetrical about the central axis. We had a puzzle just like this the other day, apart from one single dot between these 2 cells, which is different between the left and the right. That must be meant to disambiguate the whole puzzle in some way. Otherwise, you could just swap the sides are round. And there we've used 2 in this row. Okay, so yeah, okay, that's it. That's it. This is the right time to observe that, because this cannot be the black dots. This can't be the ratios of 1 to 2, because when you have 3 in a row in regular Sudoku, well, in regular Kropki Sudoku, they either have to go 1, 2, 4 or 2, 4, 8. Could be the other way round, but they would have to be one of those sequences. And they do not do that because we've used the 2 in the row somewhere, we don't know where, somewhere in the blue. So that cannot be 1, 2, 4 or 2, 4, 8. Those dots are white, and we now know that the red dots are black and the green dots are white. This is a black dot pair, and it can't be 1, 2 or 2, 4. So it's either 4, 8 or 3, 6. And this is a run of 3. So if this was 4, 8, we're using 2 here. We've got to get an even digit into this group. It would have to go 5, 6, 7. Then this would have to be 3, 4. Oh, that's not possible. If we used 5, 6, 7 there, no, not 3, 4. This wouldn't be 5. Okay, sorry. This would be 4, 8. If that was 5, 6, 7, this would be 4, 8. This would be a 2, 3 pair. That is very possible. Okay, but the alternative is that this is a 3, 6 pair. And we've used 2 here. Oh, then this would have to be 7, 8, 9. Is that right? Am I doing this right? If this was a 4, 8 pair, we use 2 here, then there's only room for 1 even digit, and it has to be there as 6. If this is 3, 6, and we've used 2 there, then the only run of 3 we can get going is 7, 8, 9. That is right. Okay, so these are definitely odd digits either side of an even one there. Now, that 6 or 8 forms a virtual pair with a 6 or 8 that's being used here. Oh, the 1 in the row, we can fill that in. It's got to be here. 5, 6, 7, 4, 8, 1, 2, 3, 9, or 7, 8, 9, 3, 6, 1. Oh, this could be 2, 4, or 5 as a result. Oh, that's fascinating. What a weird relationship. Anyway, we know that the red dots are black, so this cannot be 5 or 7. This must be, I was going to say 2 or 3, but it could also be an 8 connected to a 4 there. Now, this is a run of 3 in the corner, so that's 2 or 4. We've got a 1 in one of those 2 cells, so this isn't a 1. So if that's a 2, it's 4 there and 1 there, but this could be a 4 with a 2, 8 pair. Oh, that was nearly incredibly useful. If I could have made certain that there was a 2 in one of those cells, I'd know this would be a 1, 9 pair. It would actually be helpful for that as well. So definitely 4 is being used here, isn't it? It's either a 2, 4 pair or a 4, 8 pair. So 4 can't be in that cell. Wow. There's a lot of constraint going on. What about over here? This is a run of 3 consecutive digits. Oh, hang on. This one is, well, it's consecutive to 4, 5, 6, or 7. That's not very helpful. This is either 1, 2, 4 or 2, 4, 8. So 2 is not here. That doesn't limit that enough. But we do know this can't be a 6 anymore on the thermo. Is that literally all we get from that? That's so irritating. I think that's true. So What else can we do? I might be missing some of the point of this X-wings of 129s. Virtual X-wings. Right, 8 in this box has to be in one of these two cells. Therefore not here. That's not very helpful. Okay, what else should I be looking at? These don't begin with 1 because 1 is in the blue in this row. They either don't begin with 2 or they don't end in 9, but I don't know how to use that. Can this be a 1? It's quite interesting if that's a 1. Because then we have 2, 4, we have 1, 3, 9 or 9, 3, 1. But also we have to have a 1 in one of these two cells, with a 2 in one of these two, I don't know how to use that. There is a 1 in one of these three, just by Sudoku. The only 2 digits I've got in the grid tell me that. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Is there some other number missing? It'd be lovely to rule out 7 from there, but I don't see how I could possibly either do that or think I could do it. 7 must be used in those cells because they're either a 5, 6, 7 run or a 7, 8, 9 run of digits. That's not getting anything done. Oh, crumbs. What is the next step here? Sorry, guys. Oh, here's a thought. Oh, this is interesting. If this was a 3, these would have to be at least 4, 5. These would have to be at least 5, 6. Then we'd get a 6, 7, 8, 9 quadruple in the middle box. 1 there. Oh, that's fine. Oh. 3 was there in this theory. That puts this as a 2, 3 pair. Then we get a 4, 5 pair here, and I don't see why not. That nearly broke, though. If that was 3, this would have to be 6. That would be 3. Oh, maybe it's more of a problem if this is 8. Then this is a 1, 2, 4 triple. Ah, yes, 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 yes. If this is 8, that has to be 4, which makes that 3 and that 2. But taking 8 out of this combination also puts 2 over here. So that's not 8, that's 3. Wow, that's brilliant. 5 or 6, 6 or 7 can't be there. These can't have a 6 in anymore. It doesn't decide what's going on down here or even down here. But these also can't have a 6 in. Is that... It doesn't really do anything at all. That can still be a 5, which is breaking up. 7, 8 or 8, 9. In fact, this can't be 7 or 8 now, because then that would also, they'd all 4 be from 7, 8 and 9. So that has to be 5 or 6. So this can't be 7 now. I wanted that for some reason earlier. Why did I want that not to be 7? I don't remember. Oh, now 7 has to be in a pair here with 8. Is that why? Got a 3, 4, 5 triple. So this has become 2, definitely. Now I can take 2 out of these cells. They are 4 and 8. That's a 2. This is not 8. That's not 4. Ah, and 2 has gone from this pair. That's a 1-9 pair. So 2 must now be in this pair as well as in this pair. 2 is a genuine X-wing now between those cells. So we'll take 9 out of there. And, oh yeah, we know 2's in those cells. That can't be a 2. I'm not sure why I've marked it as that. 2, 7, 8. Now we've got a 7 here. So this, oh, I bet it's not a 6. If that was a 6, yeah, what are these 4 going to be? That's not going to work. They'd all have to be from 3, 4, and 5 if this was 6 at the top. So that's a 9, which helps less, but it's definitely proved now. 9, 1, and 2. So on these thermos at the top, we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 5, 6, 7, 8 as the ways they can increase going up towards the center. Yeah, okay. Now 2 is not in any of those cells. So it is on one of these, and it must be, it could be with a 1 or a 4. 2 on one of those. 4, that can't be a 4. This could be, which really is a shame, because otherwise I could confine 4 into those as well, which feels like it would help, although I don't quite know how. Right, what have we got going on in the middle? We've either got 3, 6 there, 7, 8, 9 here, 1, 2, 4, 5, which would put a 3 here. Or we've got 4, 8, 1, 5, 6, 7. This has become impossible suddenly. 5, 6, 7 there, because 9, I think it may have been impossible for ages. I'm so sorry, because 9, oh no, ever since I put 9 there, and 9 can't, oh no, 9 could never be there. Right, sorry, I should have known from a long time ago that 9 has to be in one of these cells, but I've figured it out now. That is a 7, 8, 9 combo. That takes 8 and 4 out of here. That's a 3, 6 pair. 3, 6, 1, 7, 8, 9. So these are 2, 4, and 5. So this isn't 5. This is a 6. That's not a 6. This is a 7, 8, 9 triple. This is 3. 2, 7, 8, 3, 1. These are from 4, 5, and 6. 3 now must be in one of those cells. 8 must be in one of those. This is fascinating. Right, 3 must be in one of those. So this is not a 3, 6 pair. So I'm just going to mark that they're from 1, 2, 4, and 8. 8 is not in these. So they're from 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6. That one can't be 1 or 3. That one can't be 6. It's not that earth-shattering. I do feel that the black dot side, or red dots as it is here, is normally a bit more helpful. That's why I'm focusing so much over here. Okay, but let's not focus over here. I haven't... Oh, well, 9 must be in one of those two cells. That doesn't get much else done. Yes, it does. It puts 9 in one of these two. But nothing else. Now, at the bottom here, we've got 4, 8, and 1, 2, 9. These two are joined, so they include a 6. They're either 5, 6, or 6, 7. This can be all sorts of things. Well, no. It's either 4 or 7, 5 or 8. Still quite a few. Although they do look a bit like those. And this is therefore... 6 is definitely included there. So it can't be here. And this can't be 3 anymore. So this is now a 4, 5 pair. The 3 there, I should have spotted a while ago, rules that out. So if this is 4 or 5, this cannot be a 4, 5, 6 run of 3, so there's no 4 there. It either goes 5, 6, 7 or 6, 7, 8. No, it could be 5, 6, 7. Ooh, that's getting quite close to ruling stuff out here. Now 3 in the bottom row now has to go here. Does that look up the grid at all? Not really helpfully as far as I can see. This is 5, 6 or 7. 3 is, well, I've known, I suppose, for a while that 3 is definitely in one of those cells. Not that helpful. How about 1, 2 and 9, which have to fit into this remaining tetromino? I don't see how to use that. Oh, this is a puzzling puzzle, all right. Seven, 6, 5, 7 doesn't have to be in those cells. Oh. Okay, well, it was interesting to see that 9 had to be there. Does 9 have to be in these cells? That would help a lot. That would help dramatically. But 9 could be in this group next to an 8. So 9 could be in one of those with 8 in, well, not here actually, because we've got an 8 pair there. So 9 would have to be here if it was in one of these cells. So I think 9 can be in any of those. If 9 was there, we'd have an 8 here. That would include a 2. I can't make that turn into any kind of gold. Oh, I know something. This can't be a 7 because that would have to be higher, and then all 4 cells would be from 7, 8 and 9. Oh look, I've ruled out 6 in this column, so that's silly to... Now does that sort of trick work anywhere else? Now this can't be more than 5, so that has to be less. 3, 4, 5... Ah, where do... No, I was going to say where does 7, 8 and 9 go in this column, but I've just spotted 9's a candidate there, so this could actually be 4 or 5. This certainly can't be 5, because then you'd have 4 or 3, 2, you'd have 5 cells between 2 and 5. I mean, just picking off individual candidates at the moment, that's not the most thrilling way to go about this, to be honest. Am I missing some sort of triple that's emerging or quadruple up here? I cannot see it. I am finding this quite tough. That is clear. Right, 2 is confined into those cells. 6, no. Oh, there's no negative constraint, of course. That would help if there was. Right, if that was 9, because that would be a good thing to rule out, then 8 would be here. That would put 8 here in the top row. I don't know how to use that. 3, 6. Oh, 3 and 6 have to be in these cells, just because of the Sudoku-ness of that pair and that pair. That can't be a 3. They don't have to be next to each other, even though they obviously can be. Seven, 9, 3 and 6. So these are from 1, 2, 4 and 5. They definitely include a 1. I haven't used this 4, 5 pair much. 3, 6, 2, 8. So these are from 1, 7 and 9. Doesn't resolve much. Maybe again I'm just missing something up here. Three has to be in one of those cells. Means that's not a 3-4 pair, but never really thought it was likely to be. Oh, maybe it's down here. Crumbs, this is taking its toll now. My sincere apologies if I'm missing something obvious. 6. Maybe it's something to do with these thermos. If these get limited, like, you're pretty unlikely to have a 5 here, because it would force 8, 7, 6 at the top. Oh, maybe the thing to think about is, can these dots be 1, 2, 4 and 8? You'd have to have the 8, 4 here and the 2, 1 here. You'd have an 8 here and a 4 up here as well. This would have to be one, 2, 3, 6, wouldn't it? So, oh no, these aren't, sorry, these aren't black dots, they're white dots. So 8, 4, 2, 1 there would put 8 and 4 up here. Oh, it's maybe getting interesting in terms of even digits, because a white dot always has to have an even digit. So one of them would have to have a 2, and one of them would have to have a 6 on. But what's the alternative? You could have, well, you're always going to have 3 even digits unless this group is 1, 2, 3, 6. And that means there's 2 even digits here, except in that one case. What does it mean? Oh, this can't be 1, 2, 3, 6, quite interestingly, because that 4 would push 4 here, and that would be 3, and that would clash with 1, 2, 3, 6. So therefore there are 3 even digits here. Therefore, whether it's 8, 6, yeah, one of them's a 2, but 2 of the others are 8, 6, and 4, and those 2 both have to appear here. I thought this was going to give me something a moment ago, and now I don't think so anymore. There's 2 even digits here, so this is not 1, 2, 3, and 6. So that's not a 1, 3 pair. How could I use that? I don't have a clue. This is either 3, 6. It could be 3. Oh, could it be 1, 2, 4, and 8? Maybe that would be the thing to rule out. I did think about that a while ago. If this is 1, 2, 4, 8, then 8 and 4 are up here. That means 6 and 2 are on this pair, with 5 and 7 or 1 and 3, 5 or 7 and 1 or 3. Oh, I just feel that might mean something and I can't see what it is. Maybe that's not it at all. Come on, think clearly. I must be missing something very, very doable here. One of those is a 6. Now that means we can't have we can't have both 6 over in this group and a 3 or 6 here. Yeah, again, it would be lovely to prove 3 and 6 was in this group. Then this would have to go 5, 7, 8. Okay, maybe I can prove 3 and 6 isn't. If 3 and 6 was in this group of cells, here we go 5, 7, 8. Here we go 6, 4, 3. We have to have 8, 9, 1, 2, 5, 7 there. And that's impossible down here because suddenly it's 6 and 8 have to try and be consecutive. Is that really it? I mean, that is an incredible way of proving that. So I'm suggesting that if 3 and 6 are in this group, this thermometer has to go 5 there, 7, 8. This one goes 6, 4, 3. These green dots must include... Oh, it doesn't work. Sorry, that is too complicated. I thought they had to include 9 and 8 and 1 and 2, but they absolutely don't. They could include 2 and 1 and 8 and 7. Then you have 5, 9 here, and that's fine down here. No, it's not. It's not, because 5, 9 there puts a 7 there, and again forces 8 and 6 down here. Wow, so it doesn't work. You cannot have 3 and 6 in this pair. That is so... I mean, I'm sure there's a quicker way, and I'm sure you'll post it in the comments for me. But that, I believe, is now a 1, 2, 4, 8 quadruple. That means the 1 is here and the 2 is in one of those. So these can't include 2. 1, 2, and 4 goes with 8. And 8 has to be down in one of these two. So that's the 8, 4 pair. So we can actually fill in the 1 and 2. Now we can also take 4 out of that, 8 out of that, which is actually helpful. That takes 7 out of row 1, column 2, and 6 out of there. 3, 5, 6, and 7. So we need to have 8 here. We're definitely going to have a 4 in one of these two. Right. We're having an 8 and a 4. So this pair needs a 2 in it. So it's either 2, 1 or 2, 3. This pair of consecutive numbers needs a 6 in it. Either 6, 5 or 6, 7, and we can take 6 out of those two. 6, 5, 3, 7, 4. Might still be missing something in the top row, but let's leave that thought for a moment. Right, 5, 6, 7. Well, there's a 6 there, so that's not 6. We can place the 6 in box 2. That's a 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 triple. We've got 3 and 9 left to place in the row. 6 and a 4, 8 triple, so those don't include a 4. Oh, don't tell me I'm not out of the woods yet. I can't take it. 4, 8. 2 is in one of those cells. Maybe I can still use this final column. Now I need either a 6 or a 7 in there. So maybe I can't. If this was a 5, making that a 7. So if this was a 5, that would be 9, that would be 7, those would have to be 8 and 6. That doesn't work. That's not a 5. It's 3 or 4. If it was a 3, we'd have 2, 1 there, 9 here. That would be 7. That's all right. That would work. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I cannot determine quite how this top row breaks down. I feel I'm so close to that now. Now, 3 in box 1, though, has to be in one of these 3 cells. It can't be in any of the others. That does fix this 6-3 pair. Does that 6 do anything? No. Well, it proves 6 is in one of those 2 cells, but I knew that already. That gets me nowhere again. Oh, crikey. How about... No, 3 could be in one of those 2. Doesn't have to be in those. 6 isn't very confined either. 6 is definitely in this group. They include 6 and 7. Oh, no, that doesn't finish off anything else. Maybe that is something I haven't been using. If this was 5, this would be 6, 7, 8. No. Sorry guys, live solving sometimes does this to you. It's just holding me up all the way. One of those is 3, so one of those is 2. 4, 8, 6, 3, 5, 7. Is there any reason to say that can't be... This has to be odd, obviously, because we've used up all the even digits, but they all look very plausible. Any one of them. Oh no, it can't be 3. Oh look, there's a 3 in one of those 2 cells. Sorry, just not... So many pencil marks, I can't work out what I've got going on. Right, that's 5, 7 or 9. So we've got a virtual triple of 5, 7 or 9 in those 4 cells. That has to use one of them. And those use the other 2. So that's not a 9, that's a 3. That's a 4. 3 must be here. That can't be 5, couldn't have been for a while. That's now a 9. The 9 in row 3 is there. This is 5 or 7. 4, 3, 9. This has become a 7. We've got that direction fixed at last. And now there's not a 7 in these cells, and that is critical. Now they are 5, 6 with a 7 next to them. This has become a 5. I think finally that must unlock something. Got a 1-2 pair in box 6. We get a 2 there. These are therefore a 4-5 pair. We get a 3-6 pair here. In fact, we know which way round they are. When we breathe again, 2 is looking up at that 1-2 pair. Actually, how long has that been there doing that? That's become a 4. 5 there. This is now a 3-4 pair. In fact, the 7-8's been resolved. So we can do 1 and 9 there as well. 7-6 to go in here. This is a 1-9 pair which can be written in. That 5-4 pair is resolved. This is where 7 goes. It's next to 6. We get 5 at the top. This is a 6-7 on the thermo. This is now a 5. We've got 8 and 7 to place here. That's giving me a 7-8 pair. So I can fill in 9, 2 and 1 in row 6. 7, 8, 9 triple as well. So this is 5, 4 here. Now maybe I can finish off these columns and get onto the thermos. Actually use them for what they're meant for. Now that's not a 5 anymore. So 3 there, 2 on the thermo. That makes this a 4. That makes this a 3. Now that's not a 3. 4, 5, 5, 7. This can't be 4 anymore, and it also can't be 7. So that's done. 4, 5 pair there makes this a 7. That's now 9. That fixes the central box. Yep, that 4, 5 is done. That 4, 5 is done. And just those original X-Wings to unwind at the very end of this brilliant puzzle. Sorry it has taken me so long, but I was really struggling with this pair. And I think all because, well, at that point, because I wasn't noticing the 3 fixed into one of those 2 cells, which would have disambiguated that pair. So if you were shouting that at the screen, fair enough. You may have found many other things to complain at me not solving quickly, but I think that was a tough puzzle. I really enjoyed it though. Really clever logic throughout. Amazing that that sort of presentation with no digits in the grid can lead to a solved Sudoku. I just love doing puzzles like that. Thank you so much to Elias for his work on the hunt, but also for this puzzle. And for linking in our 2 latest Patreon offerings so well. Although my attempt to solve 6 times crosswords in a row at speed is coming up soon. Anyway, good to see you, and bye for now.